Hello everybody, it's Monster Forge here, and I just picked up something really cool at Walmart, Wally World as I like to call it. This is part of the Lanard toy line. It's from a company called Lanard. It's the Predator Hunter series. These are 7-inch tall. They're scaled with the Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black series and stuff like that. But this guy is supposed to be 7 inches tall. Let's see. He's closer to 8 inches tall, which is cool. He's fully articulated, comes with accessories and everything. Is, fairly painted. It's kind of a line for kids, I guess, but you and I both know that it's going to be adults playing with these things, not kids. But it'd be a great toy for a kid, 7 years and up. But all that aside, the best thing about this is these figures are $10. $10 for a comparable to Marvel Legends scale figure. And he's bigger than your standard Marvel Legends figure. So it's really cool that they make a toy like this available. And if you know anything about Lanard, the company it's an awesome company that's always made very affordable alternatives to other toy lines. Like back in the day when G.I. Joe was huge, like G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero was huge, Lanard had the Core, CORPS, exclamation point. You always got to put the exclamation point in there. But anyway, they made the Core, which they were never quite as cool as G.I. Joe, but one thing I will say is some of their weapons were really cool. I remember one of the guns for one of the old G.I. Joe knockoff figures is it's like an axe, or it's like it has the stock of a rifle with 3 chainsaws sticking out the front. And I always thought that was really cool. But they had it was pretty neat. And as time went on, they got more advanced with the sculpts and the articulation. And the current Core line, there's some of them you can still find in places. That's the thing is the stuff from Lanard is kind of hit or miss if you can actually find it. But thankfully, they've been making some deals with Walmart lately, and they came out with an Alien line. And the Alien line is really good. Once again, they're not the best sculpts in the world, not the best painting in the world. And a lot of times the Colonial Marines that are in the Alien sets are just reused science fiction themed Core sets, or figures from Core sets. So, they reuse a lot of stuff, but that's cool. That means it brings the price down. And, you can get the sets with the aliens for I think it was you get an alien and a Colonial Marine and some other type of accessories like guns and stuff. I want to say $10, and it's a really great deal. But enough of that. I'm focusing on this. This is the Hunter series Predator, and this is the City Hunter. And if you know your Predator stuff, he's the Predator that was in Predator 2, the one that Danny Glover tracked down and had to fight him all over the city. I always liked, my favorite Predator is always going to be the one from the first movie, because that's just iconic. That was your first run-in with the Predator. But this Predator is a really cool one. I wasn't disappointed when I saw Predator 2, because this guy's really tough. I don't know if he's an older Predator. I kind of got the idea that he was. He has a different... the makeup of his face and all was just much more mature looking than the Predator in the first one. But what do I know? It's an alien. But anyway, let's get into it. And I'll just open here and here, and is there one here? No, I think we're free. And now, before I go on that, this is on the back, and this tells a little bit about the Predators. 7-inch Cine Hunter Predator battle action figure. Predators, the most deadly and elusive hunters in the universe, have now chosen Earth as their otherworldly hunting ground. Special forces, police, and intelligence operatives, now aware of these deadly creatures, have united to track them down. But really, who's tracking whom? Utilizing advanced alien technology, these deceptive extraterrestrials have an array of weapons for any situation or environment. From dense tropical jungles to concrete-laden cities, the unseen predators stalk their prey and will only leave with trophies in hand. Test your mettle and choose your predator. Grab them before they disappear. Let the hunt begin. It's really cool. I like that write-up. That gets you into it right away. And it shows that he's got wrist blades. He's got the staff. This shows you the weapons that are with the different predators in the line. He comes with the Smart Disc and the Combi Stick, and I'm trying to remember. Yeah, the original Predator, the Jungle Predator or whatever, he comes with the Electro Claw, which is funny because this thing actually was a weapon that this Predator used in the movie. And the Plasma Bazooka is a weapon I haven't seen at all, and it comes with. There's one of the Berserker Predators from Predators. It's the second to the last movie. The one where the Predators were kidnapping the soldiers from different countries and putting them on an alien world to hunt them down to improve their skills. And there's a sort of a rogue faction of Predators. But he's in the line too. So there's 3 of them in the line right now. Collect them all from 20th Century Fox. But yeah, Lanard. If you want to know any information about Lanard, they have a website, www.lanard.com. I'd recommend checking it out because they have so many really cool toys that are coming out now, and they're dirt cheap. And, you know, if you've got a value, I'm gonna be all over it. But anyway, here's the side of the box. It says Predator. It has a drawing by Chris Warner from one of the old Dark Horse comic books, Predator Big Game. I don't know if that's number 1 or 2. I think it's issue number 1. Fantastic image to use for that. And here's another. Well, here we go. This is the cross-sell picture. I don't know why I forgot it was on here. But that's the Jungle Predator. The only reason why I didn't get him is because he's doing the cloaking thing, where part of him is invisible. And I mean, it's cool and all, but really, I'm going to wait until they put out one that's just in the solid, you know, like flesh tone. I might get crazy and pick up one of these to paint that way. And then there's the Berserker Predator from Predators. And a drawing, I want to say that's another Chris Warner drawing. I think it's from Predator Deadly Sands of Time. I love the fact that they're using illustrations from Dark Horse comic stuff because that was, for the longest time, that was the Predator world for me, because in between the movies they would have those stories, which, you know, I love that kind of stuff. Let's see. All right, let's get this big boy out of here. Okay, cool. He's got, and see, you can't even see this stuff in the packaging, but he's got like a stand, not a stand, well, I guess it could, if you wanted to display him, you could use this like a display stand. It's really cool. It's more for the Predator from the jungle, because it's got the jungle stuff, but that's really cool. And it's got a target on there. Really neat. I'll have to display him with that after. But let's see. Let's get him out of his shell here. And here's the disc. The what did they call it? The Smart Disc. Smart. Really nice. Really nicely detailed. There you go. Focus. It's got the hole, you know, for the hands to go through. Because if you remember from the movie, he opened this thing up and it fit his hand in there, and it's got the place for it. I'm wondering if it'll fit in his hand. We'll find out. I haven't seen anybody doing reviews where they showed. Oh, there goes the box. Anybody do a review where they showed the Predator actually holding the disc, but we're going to find out. And the Combi Stick. So much easier when you use a blade. I'm a blade man. And there's the Combi Stick. And it's pretty, I mean, it's, the sculpt is pretty soft on it, but still, it looks like, you know, it's the extended staff that he used in Predator 2. Because it was like, it folds up into like, maybe a little bit longer than this, and then it flips out. And it's got, you know, some pretty bad stickers on the end of it. Really cool. And let's see, what holds him in his prison? I think it's just one, yeah, it's one twist tie. Yep. And he should come right out. Oh, am I wrong? Is there two? I know that's a great sound. The sound that everybody likes to hear. The crinkling of plastic. There we go. He is free. And this is my first actually having this guy in hand. And he is heavy for, I mean, he's like solid plastic. This is not one of those deals where it's, you know, it's a cheap toy as far as the price. You know, it's inexpensive. But he really is solid. He just feels like a Marvel Legends figure. Yeah, I'm kind of gobsmacked right now by this guy. Is his gun? His gun turns. Okay, well, let's figure out the articulation. And just, you know, like I said, not the best paint job. And it kind of goes completely blank on the back with the skin, which that's something that I can fix with paint. But, you know, a lot of people don't paint, so, yeah. Anyway, yeah, just looking at him a little bit, he feels really good. Like, he feels good and chunky. I don't know if he has a ball joint at the wrist. Okay. Interesting. Okay. You have to forgive me. I'm kind of like at a kid in a toy store right now. It's like, oh, wow, cool. This is the stuff. Okay, so looking at the articulation, he's got a ball joint at the neck that's a really nice ball joint. Like, it's got a lot of range of motion. And the dreads are soft enough that they conform to whatever he's being moved through. That's really cool. I wonder if this is going to come off. It looks like it might come off, but I don't want to risk it. The gun's articulated. I did not expect that to be. I thought it was just going to be like a little, you know, a little thing sitting there. Oh, it kind of lets you retract it too. Because in the movie, if I remember correctly, yes, it's got like a little track that it goes on. It folded up onto his back. It doesn't do that, but it does let you kind of fold it out of the way a little bit, and it kind of folds out some. But yeah, it's articulated. You got, what is it? It's pin joints, you know, a swivel joint at the into the body, and then another pin joint, so it swivels this way. Same things at the elbows. You get, you know, not quite 90 degrees of bend at the elbows. Bends back a good bit. It's injection molded, so it's into the all of it's injection molded. What am I looking for? It's inserted. The peg is inserted into the bicep, the upper arm. But he's got his little self-destruct cloaking device thing. There's ball joints at the wrist, which are kind of limited, but it does give you a full swivel. Same on the other arm too. This one has more of a range in the shoulder. No, it's about the same, because they have, you know, he's got all this armor to consider. But yeah, like you can get it out. Like that's the extent out to the sides. It's about the same, because this shoulder pad hits up against the body. So that's about as far as you're going to get out with that. This shoulder, I think you can bring it up a little bit more. Just increment, like, you know, a little fraction more. It won't go forward as much or back because he's got the armor plate holding it. Same thing, about 90 degrees. That could be modified if somebody wanted to cut a little off the edge of that. You would have like a better way to bend it, you know. Yeah, really nice. One thing that you'll notice with the paint is this arm, both of them, they didn't paint the part that's supposed to be flesh and that net, and on this arm you see it's gray. Which the good thing is that the joints are not, the joints are tight here, but it's the pin up in the arm is where the tightness is. It looks like there's a little gap, so you could easily paint this part of his arm on each side to, match the color of this if if you really wanted to. I might eventually, I might not. I don't, it doesn't kill me. He's got a rubber, like the little loin cloth and back flap thing. That's rubber, and it's really that's good because he gets a good range of movement. But it's a separate piece that's put on him. Like, you can't get it off unless you pop him apart at the waist. He has a really good range in that waist joint. Like, he can do his exercises. He goes back that far. He goes forward that far. So that's pretty good. That's better than some Marvel Legends too. Not all of them, but some. He's got ball socket joints at the hips, and what's really nice is they've implanted the piece that is the ball into the hips. Like, it's one solid structure through, but it's in there pretty good, and so that's going to be a pretty good and sturdy joint. One thing I've found with the newer the newer core figures is that the ball joints at the legs, because they're plastic, it's like, we're conditioned with G.I. Joes having the little metal ones. But the ones on the core figures have been holding up really well. I have yet to have one of them break. And so I guess they're just made out of pretty good sturdy stuff. But anyway, you can turn the legs that far on that ball. You don't have any swivels at any part of the leg except for down, well, these? No, that's single joint. So you can kind of turn his legs out a little bit, turn them in a little bit if you want to. Full range forward, back a little bit because he's got a butt plate right there. Oh, he's got a butt crack sculpted in. That's the best. That's the best. We need more Predator butt cracks out there. Now notice too, he's got his armor right here is not painted. For it to be $10, they have to make some cuts. Let's see, he's got single jointed knees, so he can only get, not quite 90 degrees of a bend at his knee. But, really, and also I wanted to point out, he has got ball jointed ankles, so he can get really good poses with that. Like you can crank those feet way down. So he's like a Transformer now. Like all the new Transformers have the crazy, let's see. Let's bring this down a little bit. Yeah, you can get some good poses out of him with that. And you could, if you really, that sound on that joint is frightening, but I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, you can pose him pretty well. And well, if you get him balanced just right. Come on, don't let me down, boy. Yeah. You can get him balanced pretty well. Okay. That worries me a little bit. It's so tight in there. I almost want to loosen it up with a little bit of oil, but I don't want it to be floppy. And, I'm not really going to play with this guy. I'm mainly going to just pose him and put him up on my shelf with my aliens and such. So it's not a problem. But, I mean, I imagine they have to be fairly sturdy, because usually Lanard stuff is really sturdy. Like, I mean, I see, all kind of old core figures that still are, like, in pretty good shape after years and years of use. So, I mean, they're at least as good as other toy lines. But anyway, his disc, yes. He has a place on his hip, just like in the movie. He kept this thing on his hip. It wasn't extended on his hip, but I mean, like they were going to be able to make a toy that, sucks in or whatever. But it fits. Yeah, it fits on there good. It stays. It looks like it's got, Yeah, it's got a little bit of a raised end, so it actually snaps in place. Nice. Let's see. Can he get his hand? Oh, that's made for his other hand. Of course, the one with the blades. But let's see. Can he get his fingers? Kinda. I'm sure if I wasn't doing this, you know, like while I'm recording it, I could probably, yeah, actually, if you have a little bit more patience and time than I do right now, yeah, you can actually get his fingers through there. Guy's even detailed on the bottom. All right, when I was saying that the sculpt wasn't the best in the world, I'm taking it back. That's pretty darn cool. It's even got little gear-looking things on the inside of it that are sculpted. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see. I mean, that's ridiculous for a toy that's this cheap. And inexpensive. Cheap means it's, going to fall apart or whatever. But, inexpensive is the key here. But there's this Combi stick, whatever you want to call it. And he can, yep, he's rocking the Combi Stick. Gear him all up, put his little smart disc on him, and yeah, he's ready to go. I gotta turn the way his head's pointing. Let's see. Yes, that is fantastic. Now, comparison. Here he is with a Star Wars 6-inch Black Series figure, and you can see he's huge, which is what the Predator's supposed to be. The clones are supposed to be about 6 feet tall, so he definitely scales pretty well with that. I think Kevin Peter Hall was the guy that played the Predator in 1 and 2. I think he was like 7 something, so that's pretty, it's pretty dead on. Here's Spider-Man next to him, which Spider-Man is supposed to be, right under 6 feet, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not up on my Marvel statistics or anything like that, but I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks really good. I'm very, very, very satisfied with this purchase. This is a $20 toy. This is a $20 toy. This is a $10 toy. This is licensed by 20th Century Fox, like he used to be. This, when before Lucas was sold to Disney, but now both of these are Disney licensees through Hasbro. These are $20 figures, and some of the Marvel Legends figures and some of the Black Series are more. And honest to goodness, I'm just as happy with this guy. I might be more happy with this guy than either one of these figures. And I love both of these figures because Captain Rex is awesome. Spider-Man's awesome. They're both awesome figures. But if I was able to get these for $10, and I understand it's not possible because of all the extra paint apps and everything like that. But really, even with the limited paint apps, this figure is bonkers cool. I like him. I'm gushing about him because he's so cool. I had been holding off on getting one of these guys because I didn't know if they were kind of crappy, but now I'm definitely going to get this whole line. Are they NECA quality? NECA toys. Are they that quality of like Predators? No, because when I took this out of the package, his wrist and his feet and all didn't break off. I'm going to get a lot of hate from NECA fans, but it's true. Every NECA figure that I've seen and that I've owned, it's incredibly fragile. Nice figures. They look fantastic. I take that back. There's one NECA figure that I have that has not broken at all, is my Stripe from Gremlins. The rest of them have had some kind of issue with joints freezing because paint in the joints or whatever. So no, this is not a NECA quality figure, but this is a good figure to have to pose and all. He'd be a good base for like custom paints and stuff. I don't know. I really like him. I can't say enough good things about this figure. I didn't even go into like the claws. The claws are nice. They're not rubbery, but they are thin. But I don't think they come out. No, they don't come out. They're permanent, which is, I would have liked for them to come out, but $10. Wait, you know, I'll say it again. Yeah, just cool. If you see them, they're at Walmart, exclusively at Walmart. I know sometimes people don't like to brave Walmart because it's Walmart's a handful, but this is worth it. Figure like this for $10. Go to Walmart, pick one up. If you really, try it out, see if you like it. If you do, go back and grab the other ones, which is what I'm probably going to do. This is cool. This could really benefit from a good paint job, and if I ever get some free time, I might do that tomorrow. I mean, even just the paint wash would make this look amazing, but he already looks great. Yeah, I'm a quick gushing. If you see him, if you like this video, and you think it was informative and all, go grab one. It's a fun toy. Really like it. So happy I picked it up. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I make all kind of different videos. I'm going to be making some more videos coming up soon for like doing custom work and sculpting and stuff like that. There's some videos I have on my channel that are like tutorials about painting and sculpting and all, and I hope to make more of them in the future, just whenever I get free time, which is next an hour. But anyway, thanks guys, thanks for coming by, thanks for looking, and have a nice day.